160?
160.
Yeah.
It's a deal.
Yes.
That's a very fine pair of owls for 160.
Brilliant. Excellent. They're yours then, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, what a result. Jonty bought the owls with absolutely no idea who he'd sell them to. He paid just over £120 for them and has turned a profit of just over £36. That is dealing at its very best. More profit means Jonty extends his lead, but Mark is snapping at his heels. He's hoping that an old friend Jeff will like his garden edgings, which he shelled out just under £70 for.
90 quid, it's not a bad deal, you know. If you said I hated them, I'm going to carry them back to the car and you know...
Well, I'd give you a hand, but I think I'd be fighting you at the door to prevent them going.
Oh, wonderful. You've made my day, honestly.
Really? I was a pushover, wasn't I?
No, you're not. Gosh, that was such a relief, you know. I really thought I might have to carry them back to the car.
Yes, good work, Mark. That's a profit of just over £22. He's chipping away at Jonty's lead, but will it be enough? Remember, Mark still has the ruby and diamond ring and the cigar humidor left to sell. He's quick to line up a buyer for the ring. Supposedly, diamonds are a girl's best friend, but will Mark's dealing contact Susan agree?
I want to make a small profit on it.
Right.
And I'd be very happy to let it go for, say, 80 quid.
No, that doesn't sound too bad,
Can you make a profit on that?
I think I could, yeah.
Fantastic.
Not a lot, but just a bit. Enough. OK?
Well, he's chalked up a sale, but a profit of just over £5 isn't going to turn this game around. The Maverick now has just the cigar humidor left to sell, so he's got to make it count.
Good.
Jonty also has just one last sale to tee up, his set of 7 golfing prints, and he's brought them to Nick, an old contact of his.
We've got a set of 7 golfing prints. How long have you played golf for?
Just over 50 years, amazingly.
Okay.
Yes, I took it up when I was around 12 and have been playing one way or another ever since.
Now, I know you're into antiques, but what about golfing memorabilia?
Well, I've always been a collector, and certainly I've collected maps and fishing prints over the years, so why not add some golf prints to the collection?
Oh, it's sounding promising, but will Jonty sell the prints and will he turn a profit? We'll find out shortly, because right now it's time to remind ourselves of who has spent what. Our experts arrived at the auction with up to £1,000 of their own money to spend. The Hitman spent a total of just under £710, whilst the Maverick spent a total of just under £655. All the profit our dealers make over a week of challenges will be donated to a charity of their choice. So, without further ado, let's find out how much our brave boys have made.
How was it for you?
I've been on a long journey, that's all I can say. Now, how'd you get on with that humidor, which I bid on?
Do you know, I've been dying to say this. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, Jonty. Because I loved it, you loved it. I couldn't find a buyer for it, Jonty, at the time.
Well, that's what happened.
So I ended up putting it into auction.
No, really?
And with a very small reserve. And between you and I still don't know what it made. Oh, no. So I'm terrified here, Jonty.
Well, should we find out? OK, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, no.
Oh, my word, look at that.
Oh, well, it wasn't too bad for you, Jonty.
Oh, dear. That must have been a big loss on that.
It must have been.
Oh, dear, Mark. The drinks are on me.
A large one.
Oh, poor Mark, he looks shell-shocked. So, Jonty Herndon storms today's competition, but he still has the good grace to buy his old pal a drink in commiseration. So, just how did the Hitman seal victory?
Could we say 140? What about that?
That's fine.
You happy about that?
Let's go with that.
Yes, the sale of the prints gave Jonty a whopping profit of just over £100. It's been a gallant effort from Mark, who unfortunately made a crushing loss of just under £260 on his most expensive purchase, the cigar humidor. He failed to find a suitable buyer and decided to place the humidor into auction.
I suppose, in hindsight, I'm very glad I didn't buy that humidor.
Of course, I went and hunched on that humidor, and it didn't really pan out as I planned, but never mind. I had great fun with Jonty, and secretly, I thought I was going to make less.
That'll take a chunk from Mark's week-long profit tally. With more challenges to come, he'll get a shot at revenge tomorrow at an antiques market.
This is my own happy hunting ground.
I told Jonty that I was going to be putting him under pressure, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Look out, Jonty.
Delicious ideas for cooking lamb, courtesy of Raymond Blanc. Kitchen Secrets, tonight at 8:30. But next on BBC Two, another team of challengers awaits the Eggheads.
Tell me you love me.
I've been posted, Vera.
Dylan Thomas, it is, isn't it?
Soulmates, we are, Vera.
Who's your friend?
Love of my life, Catelyn Thomas.
Your wife, Dylan. I've never had a best friend before.
You don't need William. You've got me.
The Compelling Life of Dylan Thomas. Edge of Love, Saturday at 9 on BBC Two.
You push a little button and you get hot chocolate. Push a little button and you get some tea. The world's gone mad just pushing little buttons, but what about you and me? You push a little button and you make a motor car.
Now you can pay or update your TV licence and plenty more besides just by pushing a few buttons. Visit tvlicensing.co.uk. It's easier online.
Queen Victoria's the focus of a new series visiting the castles and palaces that she enjoyed. Royal Upstairs Downstairs starts on BBC Two right after Eggheads.
These 5 people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten?
Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. You might recognise them as they are Goliaths in the world of TV quiz shows. They are the Eggheads. And challenging the awesome might of our resident quiz champions today are the Stour Valley people. The team all live in the Stour Valley area of Dorset and quiz in the Sturminster Newton Quiz League. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Alan, I'm 62 and I'm a retired welder.
Hello, I'm John, I'm 69 and a retired teacher.
Hello, I'm Jack, I'm 62, I'm a retired BT engineer.
Hi, I'm Russell, I'm 48 and I'm an importer.
Hello, I'm Elliot, I'm 48 and I'm a radiesthesist.
The sheep enter the shedding ring. 30 points. In the shedding ring, one of the 4 sheep with red collars has to be singled off and held by the dog to the judge's satisfaction. 10 points.
The sheep are then moved over to the pen, and as always, the trial is complete when all 14 sheep are in the pen and the gate is closed. A final 10 points available. The course should be completed within 20 minutes, and there is a whopping 150 points at stake.
Thanks, Matt. Well, 150 points could make an enormous difference to the state of our leaderboard. I'm here with the judges, Dick and John. I've let them off their windy tower. It's getting a little bit chilly and cloudy now, isn't it? But, Dick, have you been impressed with the standard in this competition so far?
Yes, I've been extremely impressed with the standard of the handles, the presentation of the sheep, and the general amenability of the sheep.
But, John, we are neck and neck almost. Well, England and Scotland neck and neck, 1 point in it. Yes. Do you think that this very tough singles course is going to separate the men from the boys?
Well, it could do, yes. But it could be all down to the sheep, as Dick said. But the sheep have been good. So hopefully we'll have a good competition.
Well, I think we are in for an exciting time. So without further ado, let's start this final crucial leg of the competition. Our first competitor is from Ireland. Let's meet him.
My name is Alistair Lytle, and this year I'll be running my dog Spot. The funny thing about Spot, he has got no spots, but he's got a blue eye. Hopefully it's his good eye, the blue-eyed boy, on the day. I live on a farm in Donegal. It's been a farm in the family for generations, as long as I remember. There's nowhere else I'd rather live than here in Ireland. There's no place like home.
Where? What?
I was 8 or 9 when I ran at a little local trial, just solely with a dog of Dad's that wasn't really listening to me right. That got me interested. I was on One Man and His Dog when I was 13. Maybe just didn't do as well as I had hoped, but it was enjoyable. It's something you become very passionate about, or you seem to enjoy and you get it in your blood. The international side has become a very big end of the sheepdog world now. It has given me so much travel, parts of the world I'd never been in, like Norway, Sweden, America. This year I've been invited to judge their national finals, which is a very big honour to be asked to do something like that. It would be a great honour to represent Ireland on the competition, but to win it would be excellent.
Out comes Spot with Alistair Lytle there, with it all to do for Ireland. That distinctive blue eye, walleye as it's known. And off he goes, nice and wide, and the sheep a little bit over to the left-hand side, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it's not ideal.
No, they do go. The dog loses sight of them just at that point now as he's coming around. Now they're back into view, but he's taken a very good line round and stopped nicely behind the sheep. And it looks as if the dog stopped short, but he's got to bring them diagonally across the field, so the judges won't be knocking many points off here, and it's a very good start.
Top marks for the outrun, 20 points given, just one lost for the lift. He's on 29 so far.
The line is good, the pace is good.
Because the dogs are spending so much time at the far end of the field, you will be hearing lots of whistles here. Voice commands would just be lost.
When the dog gets to this post, the dog will be asked to go back to our right. He's looking back, there's a wood, he's going to need to go on the right-hand side of the wood, and he's casting out well.
16 points out of 20 for the fetch.
Oh, this is a good turn back.
There's Malcolm just standing there. He was holding those sheep in position for Spot. He's known as our head of sheep on One Man and His Dog. And just 1 point lost for his second outrun. 9 for the lift. This is incredible.
But very, very shortly, the sheep and the dog are going to go out of sight of Alistair as they go behind the wood.
Be out of sight from him, I would say, around about now.
So now the dog is being left to bring the sheep across. Now they've just come into view around the wood, and he now has to bring them through the original fetch gates again. They're coming down at some speed towards these other sheep. He covered well with the dog, and they're lining up for the fetch gates, and they're all safely through. So this is shaping up to be a good trial. It really is.
Okay, so they all join together, and then they'll travel off towards Alistair, up and round the post before they go off on their cross drive.
That's it. So we've now got 14 sheep, which are obviously a lot more sheep than we've been using so far in the competition, and it's going to be difficult to get all 14 through these obstacles. But they're nicely bunched now. They've now got to try and fit between the pen and Alistair, who's standing at the handler's post, as they set off on the drive now towards the first drive gates.
18 points for the fetch.
Yeah, the line is good. The pace is good. Oh, and they're really bunched up tight, so it looks like we're going to get the first drive gate. Yeah, right through the middle. This is good stuff.
No problems at all. And just to note, actually, that those gates are at exactly the same distance apart as they have been for all of the other rounds previous. So no allowance made.
And he's certainly getting them across there. It's a fair old jog trot, but they're bang on line. It's looking very, very good at the moment. Maybe just coming a little bit uphill, but it's good.
Already Spot's positioned on the top side, and round he goes, takes that come by command, but may have been a little early. Ooh.
Just that little bit, but I think he'll cover and then get them round. They're still nicely bunched, so that's looking good for him.
Perfect.
Yes, that was good, all through, all safely through, and on the way now to the shedding ring.
Come on up. Stand.
Now, from wanting them all in a tight bunch, he wants them to string out so that he can pick one of these collared ewes out and take it away from the others.
24 scored for the drive.
Well, that's a good score. Good score. I'd certainly be happy with that, and it was a good drive. But here we are in this shedding ring where we've got to single one of these red collared sheep away, and there's the walleye showing on spot as he's looking. It doesn't affect the dog, and here we go. It's coming on for the single.
And they're all out. The others are all run out.
But I think the judges will accept that.